Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell about complete Indian Parliament and everything, how it formed. I want to give every knowledge that I know and that I have researched. So this information is not completely to one source, so that it will be definitely true or something. So it's just completely my research and my knowledge. And if you feel any information in this video is like false, or you may know any better suggestion or better thought or better thinking process, you just let me know in my comments so that I will gain even that knowledge and it will be helpful for me as well. So before saying about generally, like if you talk about parliament, like everyone knows that it consists of like two houses, upper house and lower house, which is upper house is considered as the House of Councils, which is Rajya Sabha, and the lower house is House of People, which is Lok Sabha. And we know the like in Rajya Sabha generally 245 seats will be allocated, out of which 12 will be nominated by the president. Why this 12 will be like nominated by president, not any political interest and all? It's just the special seats. For example, you can take Sachin Tendulkar. He can be for all the sports related, cricket and everything, he can be the one who knows the knowledge in the sport and can be in that 12. So like this, maybe for sports, like they may elect Sachin Tendulkar and any other in their respective fields. So how long the term of a member in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? In Rajya Sabha, it will be like 6 years. One can have the term of 6 years, and in Lok Sabha 5 years. But generally, in in Rajya Sabha, it's not that the person will stay almost for 6 years, and then may after 2 years he may retire, and another member from that particular state can be replace him, and he follows only the leftover 4 years. He can't do even 6 years from there on, if he comes as a replacement, as far as I know. And in legislative assembly, it's like 5 years. So why this is there is parliament, how it formed, everything, how constitution and all. So for this we can't discuss on basic present. We need to go for the war back, the August offer, which is given by British, which generated this idea of constitution. The Britain, when they're doing the World War II, they colonized even India, so they want support from the Indian people who already are against and fighting for their own independence and own laws and all. So British, to help benefit themselves, they said if Indians, all political parties or whomever, like freedom fighters or everyone, if they support British, the English people in the war, in return they says India can form their own constitution by consisting majority of leaders are from India. It's not that it completely given authority to India to choose complete independence. It said like majority can be India. So if you say like there will be like 100 people who are going to elect, maybe 60 are from India and 40 there may be other princely states. Princely states are like the one which ruled by kings, and maybe that time the ruling is Britain, so even they can have some control over India by having some specific states. So because of this, many political parties and leaders have not accepted the August offer. However, later they formed this constitutional assembly with the majority of India's, I guess in 1946 maybe. So it's before freedom, At that time, the constituency, like, it has the members of India and also the princely state leaders, like princely state. The constitution, the government should be of the members of Indians, like Indian authorities have control over them. The leaders can be Indians, and as well as princely states, in the sense the states ruled by a particular king. Suppose Britain is ruling that state, he will be the princely leader of that state, who can be in that Indian government. But later, after the abortion of British, this princely state also formed, like changed to the like political. So how this constitution and all formed? How can directly there? It's not that someone can go and keep some rules that someone need to follow and all, right? So what have they done is they formed constituency assembly. This assembly is actually, sorry, I just referred for this constitution assembly to the specific number. So this constitution assembly, actually it is the act of British government to transfer the power from British to their ruling, like everyone is ruling India and they're like suffered and even they supported to Britain and all. So to help in India and return favor, they want to give power to India. So the British government has sent the cabinet mission to India to discuss and to create this constitution assembly, based on which there will be like lot of Indian leaders who will be in that, like majority will be Indian, so that India can get some type of independence. So that's the role of it. It's like some part only, because they offer this, like they may have some ruling like princely states, so it's not completely according to them. So it's in 1946 the Britain has appointed and approved for this cabinet process, and the composition is 389 members of the assembly, of which 290 from British Indian provinces, 93 from princely states, and 4 from chief commissioner provinces. So this 389 members, out of which this 93 will be princely states, means the state ruling by a particular king or anyone. So only 292 were British Indian provinces, means the Indians who will rule it under like British. The leaders may be different. These all are elected by the elections in like particular region from there. So that's how the cabinet, the Constituent Assembly was formed. But later, as I already told, even these princely states, once we got the freedom from India, freedom from Britain, the princely states also converted to the state political, and whomever want to be in India, like Pakistan doesn't want to be in India, so they got separated from there. That's how. And whatever the leftover is there, this Constitution Assembly wants to prepare constitution for India. Why it want to prepare constitution for India is, like, you can see, if you take any five people may have different interest, different caste, different religion. They may fight, yeah, it's my caste, and they may beat. If suppose someone kills someone, if there is no rule, and by seeing like there is no punishment for that offense, the other, like whomever like has the strength can kill the other one. They can rule. It will be again dictatorship. It won't be any freedom for India and individual. So things like this shouldn't happen, because of which there will be some particular rules which need to be followed by everyone, irrespective of religion, caste, or any any issue. Other, like, you can So they want to be some specific rules that even all the religions should follow. So that will be the basic constitution should be there. And this constitution, which is supreme law of land, they will say like this is supreme, means it is the extremist. Whatever the other laws will come, it shouldn't, the law, suppose you can say a statutory law and ordinary law, this law should not like create any impact in the base, which is Indian constitution. So how that is the how strong it is. So the laws in Indian constitution to be followed. I will tell you how strong, why it is like so supreme, because parliament, you have the basic knowledge of parliament. This all has didn't form directly. This constitution, from this constitution, this parliament came. From these laws, whatever the in the constitution, only formed the parliament. So such a thing, for such a constitution, that for such a highly constitution should be very much, everyone should follow, it should favor everyone. So how can India write its constitution? So for this, the Constitution Assembly, what they have done is, they have need to select some particular team to know each and every issue at the different places of the India, complete everywhere, and their problems of particular caste or particular religion, all the diversities they want to know, and based on that they will need to write the common constitution. So this Constitution Assembly appointed a drafting committee. Drafting committee means they will what is generally drafts. If you see in a mail, if you write a mail and it is if you did not send it completely, then it will become a draft. The same way the draft is they will get the information, it's not completely. Once all the drafts together combined and complete, then it will be the final constitution. Once you finalize the mail and if you send it, then it will go the final way, it won't be in draft. So this drafting committee role is to know what all the problem issues are, how to make these rules so that every people will have single constitution to follow, and there won't be any conflicts between, and they all will be integrated. The constitution idea is to integrate all the people, the other religions, maybe some Muslims or some Hindus or some Christians or some other, they may have some fight. There shouldn't be some fight I am more powerful and all. So if they follow, because if they do follow these fights and all, they will die a lot of people lost, and it won't be any independent nation, because India is formed because of lot of people given their lives. That's how we got independence. And even after you got independence, if you fight among yourself, no point. There is someone who given their lives for you. So you shouldn't again fight in between this religion, which even is now is happening. That's very bad for the sacrifices that which the leaders have made. It shouldn't be in that way, but still it's happening. That's our unfortunate. So at least in a general, to reduce as much as impact, this constitution was wrote by the Constitution Assembly appointed this drafting committee, and this drafting committee, and the leader of the drafting committee, there is I guess it's Ambedkar. He is the leader of the drafting committee, and with his members, so he taken the charge, and it's nearly, we got the freedom in 1947, and this Constitutional Assembly formed in 1946. And after we got the freedom, still we did not wrote constitution just like that directly in a hurry. It took some time. Our constitution was wrote in 1950. So it took around nearly 2.5 years to 3 years. Between 2.5 to 3 years to wrote Indian constitution, which means in all these days they surveyed all the problems. There shouldn't be, it's if you just push it very fast and there shouldn't be any problem. So it should be core. So they have completely, this drafting committee, which is led by Ambedkar, which gone to even scheduled tribes, scheduled castes and backward castes, know their situations, they know their economies, and they went to the different religions, their fights and all, how to control it, everything, every problems, and what are the solutions, and all. They discussed it, they conducted multiple conferences or multiple missions of cabinet missions to form a basic need for all Indians and a strong constitution to establish, to integrate the India. That's the ideology of this constitution. So then after after lot, then we got that Indian constitution. After that, which we celebrated, is a republic nation. So this constitution will wrote it constitution laws, and out of which this parliament was born. It's not parliament created any constitution. These constitutions, the Constitution Assembly, by sending draft committee which is led by Ambedkar, done all the researches, what all rule. So they have specified like it shouldn't be, if you suppose you've seen that elections will be every 5 years for their particular region now. So it's not possible for everyone to vote very regularly and all. So it's all like they have defined like some specific time, everything, what is convenient, what they thought as per their survey at that time, and the constitution, this reservation and all, that is which was kept by the Ambedkar and the drafting committee, which is suggested to the Constitution Assembly, the drafts and everything at that present situations. So at that time, this backward caste, this scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, their situations at that moment, and for that is the reason they have these reservations to make the ideologies to make India everyone equal. But what now it's happening is still we do have this reservation system and all, even after they developed and all. So that time I think my perspective is the leaders wrote the constitution based on for this reservation specifically I'm talking. At that time it is required. At that time it's needed. Now we see even many scheduled castes, many scheduled tribes are backward. They do settle in very good position. Still they do have reservation, which is not fair. Because it should help someone who needs. There will be some a higher or like you can say as per the caste. I don't feel any caste it's like high or top. As per caste of Indian constitution, suppose you say like general category and OC, and there will be some poor guy who is in OC, and there will be some rich guy who is in SC, and they both are preparing for an exam. See how fair it will be at this present situation. The SC guy who already has a lot of income or like lot of properties or everything, and this OC guy is very poor. So still he need to, when they apply for the exam, the SC guy who already have lot of properties and with less knowledge can prefer more than the person and who got more intellectual and the very low economy person of a OC guy. So this is unfair for them, and we got later EWS, but it's the reservation still doesn't beats the SC or ST reservation, which is very unfair. And whomever the political person or someone who like even if they tries to resolve this issue, they won't, because they will lose their particular, they think like definitely the particular tribe and all, they're enjoying the benefit, they're taking it for the dictatorship, they're enjoying, so they won't vote him. So it's, they're thinking like it's benefiting for them, but it's making them lazy. Just because they have them perspective like we do have less, no need to like, they're like making it them pride, and it is not what our leaders given life to provide you this reservation system. It's that time to manage and get a balanced state. They may thought like one time like definitely it will, but now the people and the government, like everyone, you see they won't remove these reservations because of this reason. The political party may fear, because if suppose they reserve or they talk about this, the people won't vote him, the particular type, they won't vote him. So they are seeing for their personal benefit. That's what I thought maybe it's wrong or not. So if suppose it's something is wrong in which I speak or my idea, please, I'm just sharing. It's not the complete information that you need to follow, and this must be true. So it's my freedom of giving whatever knowledge I know. So you do your own research and you do your own thinking process and know whether it's true or not or whatever. Don't claim any like legal action against me, because I'm just doing my freedom of speech to convey whatever I have my knowledge. I'm not saying anyone to follow mine or something, because that makes conflicts against me. Even my intention is purely true to support all the castes, because you see the person who is in OC, it's very unfair for them. So I feel this reservation system of the constitution, that Ambedkar and Afin, they're all ideology, pure ideologies. One day we get balance somewhere and we'll manage it. But still it's falling the same. They did not expect it, because people given lives, they did not expect that Indian people will do this unfair to Indians, because that time India is so united because someone is ruled. We always need, I guess, someone to fight, then only we'll come like, yeah, united, we are together, or else we will see the entire like, we all like, even though India they'll say it's like united and all, we can see the disputes even between the neighborhoods, between two family, and even in the family you can see the different relations will have like fight ceremonies. If there's suppose the relative son got some good education or daughter got some good education, they'll say like, yeah, they'll compare and they will get some egoistic, they won't be happy. That's very bad. If you see, if just like you, the Indian freedom fighters would have thought like our own life, our own like we will enjoy, I will enjoy with my kids and all. If they could have done that, and they couldn't have given this particular, we could have been in someone's rules. See, what I feel is it's very completely unfair. People, please change, because someone given lot their lives. You try to give your life to someone, you just think of it for this nation. It's very hard for you. You can't accept someone relative's son success and all. How can you accept? And they need to appreciate their sacrifices, and need to be a kid. That's my aim, is actually to integrate this not only India, everywhere in the people. We shouldn't think of particular home, particular place, particular district, particular state, or particular country. We are the people of world. You can take world as your home, and all the people around you are your own sons or your own blood related, like mother or father. Then you won't have any conflicts. That's what I feel if this follows. Okay, then let's go back to that. Okay, so this constitution formed this parliament. So this parliament consists this Rajya Sabha and this Lok Sabha. So who will be the members of this? I just said about that member composition, how many, but who will be? Do you think it will be like any common member, or there is a lot of misunderstanding, misconception for people? They may think like, okay, I will come one by one. Let's go to parliament. Has this, our parliament is bicameral. Bicameral means it consists of two houses, upper house and lower house, which you all know what is upper house, and I guess if you don't know, yeah, the upper house is Rajya Sabha and the lower house is Lok Sabha. Okay, we'll come one by one. And do all states have this upper house and lower house? No. I guess there is like maybe 8 or 9, I guess, which are bicameral states, means which consist of this both upper house and lower house. This upper house and lower house both will be in the parliament of India, which will be in Delhi. So this parliament consists of both upper house and lower house. So only the states which have bicameral, and the example of a bicameral state is Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, I guess Karnataka too, not sure, I just need to go back to that. Like this, I guess there are some 7 to 9 between roughly. So these bicameral states can have a place in both upper house and lower house. And what about the other states? Suppose if there is a state which doesn't have this unicameral, means which have only its state legislative assembly. So like the states like that. And what about your union territory? Union territory will be having unicameral, it won't be having bicameral. So the unicameral are the legislative members of them, they all will choose their own leader, and the unicameral state will choose their own representatives who are elected. They will choose their own representatives for this Lok Sabha. You know, Rajya Sabha, the people, the members of 275, who will be that 275? Majority of them, they have misconception. They think this 275 will be the members, like maybe the MLAs of a state, the ministers of a state, the chief minister of a state. But there will be, the members can be not of the members are not of this MLA and minister or chief minister, can become a member of parliament and a member of Lok Sabha, sorry, a member of upper houses, both the upper houses. He can be the member of a Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. He can be, excluding the 12 members who are appointed by president in the Rajya Sabha. They can be people. See, suppose you take your particular state, there will be MLAs. You know how these members will be? I'll tell you, then you will be more clear. So you will be electing these constituencies, and from that you will get this MLAs, member of Legislative Assembly of State, some Vidhan Sabhas of the particular state. So the all MLAs from different, like suppose Telangana has 119 constituencies, you will get 119 MLAs for each constituency. So this 119, I'll tell you an example of Telangana, members will be in the Vidhan Sabha. And you know what? These 119 people can vote for the member of Rajya Sabha. Only these 119 people for Rajya Sabha, if it is a bicameral state, they will vote for it, for Rajya Sabha members. You know who will be like, you may have misconception thinking that only this 119 can go and member of Rajya Sabha. No, it won't be like that. These 119 people will elect the people, the person to be in Rajya Sabha. It may be of the among the 119, it may be chief minister, it may be minister, it may, but it can be also a common person. For Rajya Sabha, his qualification is 30 years plus age he need to be, and he need to follow under like whatever provisional constitution laws by parliament. If he follows that and 30 years, even if suppose it's not MLA, if suppose you who are the person with 30 plus MLA, you can be nominated, like you can give your nomination to be a member of parliament. So if suppose they do voting for your nomination, and this 119 like 119 MLAs, I'm talking about, suppose you are a person in Telangana, and I'm talking, if suppose you are 119, they may just like out of 119 you got some majority, and then you will be elected to direct Rajya Sabha parliament. You are not a MLA of the state, you are not a MP of the state, like sorry, you are not a, no, so sorry, you are a, if you will be a member of, you are not a minister of the state, you are not the chief minister of state, still you can be the member of Rajya Sabha. So any common person can become the member of Rajya Sabha, irrespective of whether he is MLA or minister or CM. But generally the people, these members, Legislative Assembly, they elect only among themselves. They won't elect the other people. That's okay, it's up to them, they want to elect, because see, then in India they want, everyone want their own benefit. So it will be they in that party, suppose there is a like party who is dominant, you can say in this case the Congress is dominant in Telangana. So out of each 119 constitutions, if suppose there will be like 80 or 90 seats for this Congress, it will be supportive for them because they have their own people in the Rajya Sabha, instead of some other outside. If they do, they may support or all, it will be in that process, the dialogue. So they will select completely, and this will be, this electoral college means the ministers, this electoral college will be, the legislative people will be called as this electoral college. They will do electoral voting process, which is single transferable vote. independently. They all will do their independent voting. So that's how the member of Rajya Sabha will be. Then, so it can be like, I guess, and my thought is like, there is a possibility that if out of the 12 will be selected by president, and this all the remaining out of 245, I guess 238, if I'm not bad at wrong, like maths, yeah, 238, there is a chance this all 238 members of parliaments can be a person, a normal individual who has 30 plus age, and can be, they're not, there is a chance that they can't be the MLA or minister or chief minister of state. They can go and do the proper election. So that's how it is for the Rajya Sabha. And how many members can it be from this particular state and all? It will, that composition of all the places will be there based on the people, how many, like the census they will do. This Delimitation Commission, they do the census. So for Indian Constitution, there is specifically for Rajya Sabha, it's permanent thing, so no one can change. This Delimitation Commission cannot change the numbers of Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha will be permanent, but you will see in the Lok Sabha what changes can Delimitation Commission can do. But generally, what I feel is these numbers and all, it's completely based on the people for that particular area. A lot of aspects, they will do the survey census, based on that they have organized some particular day. I guess in example for a particular state, if I give it for Telangana, I guess 7 for Rajya Sabha seats, I guess, and 17 for, if I'm not wrong, 17 for Lok Sabha seats in Telangana, I guess. So these 7 states, these 7 will be selected by Rajya Sabha members. Member of Legislative Assembly of Telangana will select these 7 members for Rajya Sabha from that particular state. Similarly, the other states will do who have bicameral, like Andhra Pradesh, I guess they have 11 seats for this Rajya Sabha, so they will do for their 11 people. So here, these all constituencies, like members, the leaders of Legislative Assembly will approve these 7 members for Telangana state, and 17 people. How these people will be elected? These 17 people. You know one thing? This 17. If you think this legislative member will select these 17 for Lok Sabha, that is wrong. No. This legislative Lok Sabha, that's why it's called Lok Sabha. This is people of house. Raj Sabha, this upper house will be selected. It is indirectly elected by people, but the people representatives who selected, like people representatives, the people who represented them, the MLAs will select for Rajya Sabha. But in case of Lok Sabha, the people itself will select who can go in parliament and talk on behalf of it. So it's not MLAs will select it. So how will this be? So I'll take for a particular state, I'm taking for Telangana. You can consider for your state, and you can inquire how many legislative seats, how many seats for your state has in Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, and why. If your state is big, you may have like lot number of states. If your state is small, it will be small state, you will get small number of states. So here we come with this on the people, and Lok Sabha became. So in Lok Sabha, so Telangana has, you can say 119 constituents. But how can they get? Okay, that is okay. They appointed, out of which those 119 MLAs will choose the 7 or 9 members for Rajya Sabha. And for Lok Sabha, I told right, this 119, this Legislative Assembly can't do. Again, these 17 people will be selected by the people. The 17 members who are going to be in the Lok Sabha will be selected by people. How will this select? So this is through elections. So that's the reason you will be having two elections. One election will be in your constituency for like some possible this 119 constituencies to get 119 MLAs, and the other is this Lok Sabha constituencies. This 17 will be 17 Lok Sabha constituencies. So out of 119 there will be only 17 Lok Sabha constituencies. And which, how can I, okay, you told like there are 119 constituencies, right? And how you're saying only 17 will be considered, what about the others and all? So for this type of things, which 17 constitutions that will be, these all will be decided by Delimation Commission. This is again appointed by the central government under the central government law. So this Delimation Commission, what they will do is, they will sense the particular state from all the countries. They will do enter the, or not all the states, they will do for the entire country. So this Delimation Commission will inquire. You will see that normally when if you observe in the movies or somewhere, if there will be some commission who come, they will come and they will inquire about how many people and all. Have you wondered why they will do, some people who doesn't understand? This is the reason. They will know how these census, they will calculate how many people are in the particular region, so which is the larger region. Based on that, they will give this 17 local Sabha constituencies they will create. Means they will appoint this constituency can be the Lok Sabha constituencies. They will create like any particular, even every constitution 119, they can't change these constituencies of Telangana 119, but they can change the border of this constituency. If suppose their constituency, the people left and they went to some other constituency, they will decrease redraw the structure of constituencies. They may give the higher constituencies to the higher land, higher people. So this Delimation Commission has authority to redraw the structure of constituencies, but they won't change this 119 constituencies, you remember? And these 17 constituencies which are to be appointed for, like which the 17 constituency elections will be done, by which this Lok Sabha, the people, House of People will go. So that drawing structure of that 17 constituencies, which constituency can be, and this all will be Delimation Commission, which is appointed by the government of India, the central government of India. Okay, they will see this of 17 people of Lok Sabha of Telangana. You remember this 7 or 9 of Rajya Sabha and 17. I'm just talking about only Telangana state, and your own state have, if suppose it's bicameral, it will be having both members like seats of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Even and also in this, if I say like 17 members of Lok Sabha, it's not completely any general category. There will be even on the reservation composition, which I'm not going to talk, that or like basically you can go and see about it. So these 17 people will be in the parliament from Lok Sabha. These are appointed by elected by the people. So you will be having this Lok Sabha Constitution Assembly elections, which is to select the leaders for on behalf of your state to be in this a lower house, which is Lok Sabha, House of People. That's the reason it's of House of People, because it's directly the people who are in the house are elected by the people. And also one more thing, this House of People need to have age of 25 plus, and there is no requirement, right? The one who selected as the MLA can be in this Lok Sabha. You remember, you know one thing, I told you clearly, even in Rajya Sabha, the member of legislative assemblies can have the persons to vote, electoral polling they will do by selecting a person like who nominated, who shown their interest. It may be inside the like member of legislative assembly, and even in this process, MLA and CM or any minister will be having the same position. Like yours, like any council, 190 council, any MLA have the same vote, and similarly the CM also will be having same single vote. There won't be any power of supreme like CM need to select this Rajya Sabha. If he votes, they will give some high priority, something like that. CM is also a normal member of that legislative assembly at that time of polling for Rajya Sabha members. Only they can appoint, and they can appoint maybe inside of the nominating system, but or outside the people who showed like 30 plus age for Rajya Sabha and nominate they can do. But in Lok Sabha, it's not the legislative people who vote for it, it's the people who votes for it, and based on that Lok Sabha constituencies, they will vote for the people who can go for that Lok Sabha. And okay, that's how it is for this Lok Sabha. Wait, it's becoming too long video. I'll pause this and I'll make one more video as part 2.